I could have done an Ultra Biscuit and then a Poke Biscuit. We are a rank 10. Oh, there's a double. And then look, all the berries go to the box. I love the series Severance. Hello everyone, this is day 9 of the Cresselia versus Darkrai event. This is what my sneaky snacky is looking like. So I actually decided to invest in some Pokemon that I had sitting in the bin. So as you can see, we have Bossy and Kage. Even though my Gengar is not a berry farmer, I decided to add it in as well, since one of Snorlax's favorite berries this week is the bulk berry. So my Banette and my Gengar are both ghost type Pokemon. Banette is a berry farmer, Gengar is an ingredient farmer. The only reason why he's doing better than the Banette is because it's level 60. So it's maxed out at level 60, so it is performing better as an ingredient farmer than my Banette, who is a berry farmer. My Banette is level 30, I believe. I decided to add my Cresselia. As you could see, I renamed her Ophelia. I did see Ophelia popped its skill yesterday, so that was pretty neat to see. But looking at the numbers, I think I'm going to swap it out for my level 60 Raichu, just to bump up the numbers of our sneaky snacking. Alright, and we are now at Ultra 3 from all the overnight berries. And I don't need to swap out my team, so I'm just going to start the sync and then we'll go right into the sleep review. This is session 626. Let's see what our Drowsy power looks like. This is very fun to see now because of the incentive of the game. But yeah, this is how much I got. Alright, and I do have a Cresselia incense. We are 1 cookie away from catching it. There's 6 points left. So let's see, where is it? Where is it? There it is. And we have a Ditto there. So bonus biscuit, I do not know who I would want to give it to. I don't want to catch that Cresselia. I'd rather catch the routes. It's better to catch base evolutions because every time they level up, their main skill levels. So if I catch that Cresselia and then evolve it to a Gardevoir, I'm only getting a 1 increase for the main skill. Whereas if I were to catch routes, I level it up to Cresselia, that's 1 level. I level it up to Gardevoir, that's another level. So that's main skill level 3. And I will only need to use 4 main skill seeds to max the skill up to level 7. So you save quite a bit, especially if you have skill level up sub skills as well. So usually it's in your best interest to catch the base evolution Pokemon if you're planning on raising them. They also increase the carry limit as well. But enough of that yapping. I don't need the Jigglypuff because I'd rather have it as an Igglybuff if I was looking for a healer, but my Wigglytuff is pretty solid. So I think I'm still on a hunt for a good Dratini, so I'm going to give the bonus biscuit to this one over here. I don't think I'm going to fill up the bars and catch it though. I'm going to save my cookies for the rest of this week, just for routes and whatnot. And as you can see, there's 6 bars left. I only need to feed it 1 cookie. Alternatively, I could do a great biscuit and then a ultra. Sorry, I'm getting my things mixed up. Alternatively, I could have done an ultra biscuit and then a poke biscuit. The ultra biscuit will do 5 points and then the poke biscuit will do 1 point. And you know what? After doing that, I think I should have done that. I think I should have done that and saved a cookie, since those are valuable resources. And the Pokemon is not going to get full after the first cookie, so had I fed it the ultra biscuit for 5, it wasn't gonna get full. I could have fed it right away with the poke biscuit. And now I'm thinking, I feel like I've read this somewhere in our Discord. I think Fabian might have said it, so I'm kicking myself right now. So yeah, learned from my mistake. If there's 6 points left to it, you're probably better off using a ultra biscuit and a poke biscuit. That is, of course, if you have the diamonds in order to purchase them. The shop did reset because it's a new month now, so we are now able to buy 3 more ultra biscuits, and they cost 400 diamonds each. And as you can see, as a free-to-play player, I've accumulated, I think I could say a pretty good amount. And I've only purchased the bundles like maybe once or twice in a previous event. You know what, since I'm here, let's do the daily gift. Let's see what we get. Diamonds. Okay. All right, well, let's end that. The reason I could have benefited more taking that Cresselia biscuit is that the next encounter I get, if I were to use it, let's say it would have been a big hit or a critical capture, that would have been very nice. And I wouldn't have to use more down in order to purchase my next one, because the next bump is at 120. So yeah. We're going to leave it at the Cresselia portrait so that everyone can get the Cresselia candies. And I got 88 Cresselia down from this sleep session. So why not in Wobbuffet our psychic type, as well as Cresselia, so I did get a little bit more. I think my next Cresselia encounter, I'm going to use a Master Biscuit because I really want to catch more. So this is a Gentle. I forget what Gentle is. So it is completely mixed ingredient list. We've got Ingredient Finder S&M. I do not want that. Skill Trigger S at 50. That's pretty late. Helping speed at the very end at 100. We got inventory up. I don't need this. I mean, if Cresselia was an ingredient finding Pokemon, the inventory up ingredient finding SNM would be nice, especially because ingredient finding SNM is at level 10 and 25. But I was really looking for skill triggers. Skill trigger SNM would have been perfect. Skill trigger here at level 50, not ideal because these are legendaries. As you can see, I only have 213 candies, which may seem like a lot, but it's nowhere enough to make me even close to level 35, I believe. But this is a main skill chance up, energy recovery down. I think the worst negative nature you can get is speed, and energy recovery is probably the second worst that you can get on a Pokemon. I mean, there definitely are cases where it's okay and things even themselves out. But yeah, if you're planning on using Darkrai in the future and the Pokemon is not dark type, you might want to think twice because yeah, energy management is just going to be something that we have to keep in mind moving forward. So for those who don't know, if you have an energy down Pokemon and you take a overnight sleep session with it and then you sync it in the morning, that Pokemon isn't going to be recovered to 100 for its energy. It's going to be 88%. And I could show you guys this right now. Actually, my Gengar is a energy down Pokemon. Oh, so let's do this thing. It's getting a little brighter. Everyone, the Drowsy power has combined and weakened Darkrai's power significantly. You see that glow of the full moon? Yeah, the full moon is going to start on April 12th, so pretty exciting. And we are a rank 10. So it turns out yesterday that it just so happens that no one was going to have their rank thing updated. It is today that you see that affected into your global Drowsy power. So yeah, I skipped rank 9. I'm up to rank 10. So I got 100% sleep, which means I am supposed to get 100% recovery, right? I'm not going to, oh, there's more sneaky snacking, but let's not proc anyone's skill right now, just in case Cresselia decides to heal and then that will throw off my numbers. So we're gonna edit team. We are going to go to Gengar. All right, well, that was a bad example. As you could see, my Gengar is at 100%, but it does have energy recovery down. I'm not sure what's causing that. I don't seem to have any sub skills that increase energy recovery either, so I'm very confused. I know that with my Geodude, no, not Geodude, the most evolved form of Geodude, that has energy recovery down, and I haven't woken up with it at energy 100. Yeah, awkward. All right, but let's pick up everyone's goodies. Let's see if Cresselia is going to proc its skill. We got EO here who procced it twice, which is nice. So 11k each. Oh, my bag is full. Okay, let's do this. Oh, there's a double. How exciting. And then look, all the berries go to the box. But then I have to manually hand pick up the ones that she dropped without using her skill. All right, so let's cook. Let's do tomatoes. I think tomatoes will add for some red into the dish, which will make it a lot more vibrant. No crit meal. I really cannot wait until they increase the cap. Right now the cap is at level 60, so Pokemon can only be level 60, dishes can only be upgraded to level 60. But once they release that cap, gonna be so fun. Also because the higher the level your Pokemon is, the higher the strength of the berries and more efficient they are at picking up stuff. So that was a lot of milk, a lot of gingers from Cresselia, because psychic type Pokemon will pick up an extra ingredient. I also forgot to go over the event bonuses for this week with you guys. They're more or less the same as last week. The only difference is that for this week, main skill will be boosted by 3 when your psychic type helper Pokemon procs their skill. 115, 115. But as you can see, Gengar got less. Everyone is at 115, but Gengar is at 113, and that is because of the energy down penalty from its nature. But let's swap out our team. This is our salad team. I don't need my Pupitar anymore though. I was using Pupitar because it was farming ginger and beans for me. So I'm going to bring in my Io so that it could farm my berries and also I can benefit from its main skill. So my team RP right now is at 18.4k, and I've been so tempted to replace my Gardevoir with a Wigglytuff, but I really want to make it work. All right, let's look at the event Drowsy power here. So this is what Mondays is looking like. The global Drowsy power is 388 million. Wow. Seeing my Sunday progression at 316 million makes me wonder if this Sunday I'll be able to surpass that. I should be able to, I think, but I mean, you never know. I got really lucky with 3 crit meals on Sunday, so that definitely helped to give a huge boost in my Snorlax rating. rating, which affects the Drowsy power. But for a Monday sleep session, we got 49 million. So at rank 9 and 10, we got Candy and Dream Cluster, and it seems like tomorrow we are going to get 80 Cresselia down for hitting rank 11. I think I could reach it. I'm not sure. I feel like whenever you reach rank 10 of anything, especially like master rank 10, that's when I really see how much more effort you have to put into ranking up. So I don't know. I feel like rank 10 and Drowsy power might feel the same. It might take like 2 days or something for me to achieve that. Let's pick up our mission. Let's see what we get. Week 2 missions. So I gave Snorlax a lot of favorite berries. And once we were at master 3, we got a Stuffle incense. So not a Ralts incense. That would be ideal so that I could use psychic type incense during this week just for more psychic type spawn. We got 100 sleep points, so we picked that up. We're not going to go to the exchange points because we already did that during our research session. But let's look at the event shop. I am now at 203 down. I have no more incenses, no more Cresselia biscuits, so now it's going to get really expensive. But as I mentioned before, I am going to use a Master Biscuit on my next encounter for Cresselia. So I am going to purchase that incense. I'm going to plop it down. And then tomorrow we are going to capture our 4th Cresselia. And hopefully that one will be better. My second catch is better than my first and third catch, but maybe 4th time is the charm. Alright, research community time. Let's see how many downs we get. We got 4 downs. And here is our iced latte. Cheers to everyone. Alright, so in today's research community tab, I want to talk a bit about entertainment in the form of television. I love the series Severance. When it first came out several years ago, I was hooked on that show. I think the first several episodes it was hard to get into because you're just still trying to figure everything out. But then once you piece the pieces together, wow, it's so captivating and you just can't stop yourself from watching. So after Severance season 1 ended, I was very sad because it was going to take a while for Severance season 2 to come out. And time has passed by. I think it's been 3 years. It's crazy to think 3 years has passed since the last time I watched Severance because it just puts into perspective how much time quickly passes by you. Yeah, you really have to take the moment for what it is sometimes, like slow down a little. Oh my gosh, look at the shiny Espeon. It's like an alien that came from outer space. Congratulations, Carvalho. That is so gorgeous. I love the little glowing stuff at the bottom too. It really adds for the ambiance, but it's like so out of this world looking, you know? Damn. I'm hoping to find a shiny. I didn't find a shiny last week. It would be really great if we found a shiny this week to wrap up week 2. But yeah, Severance season 2 came out this year and my boyfriend and I binge watched that show last weekend. And you guys, so good. Usually I feel like shows don't do a good job at making season 2 as good as season 1, but I really think season 2 was phenomenal. The story building, tying up some loose ends, but then even more loose ends start being shown up. It's just so much. I really enjoy it because it's also very mentally stimulating, the types of themes that they explore. So it really makes you think, and I like shows that make you think. Don't get me wrong, I love my trashy reality TV shows. I love my wholesome reality shows as well. Actually, I was thinking of Love on the Spectrum on Netflix, but is that reality? I'm not sure. But I love Love on the Spectrum as well. I heard that there's a new season that came out, so I'm really excited to watch that because the love in that show just makes you so warm, and it just makes me wish more people were able to communicate and love so freely and openly as they do in the show. But yeah, Severance season 2, you guys have to watch it. If you haven't watched Severance at all, I highly recommend it. I think it's probably one of my favorite TV shows to have been released in the last 10 years. I used to really love Prison Break until the seasons started not being as exciting anymore. You kind of felt like it was just milking the season. Oh, Black Mirror too. Black Mirror, I love that because it's also exploring topics that make you think and that are also relevant in today's world, in the sense that if technology does not have certain regulations in place to prevent certain things to happen, we could very much find ourselves in those situations. It's a scary thing to think about when you're watching those shows, because at the end of the day, the real horror is the person looking back at you when you're looking at your screen that's blank. And that's why they call it Black Mirror. If you didn't know, it's because, like, for example, if your phone is shut off, the screen is black, right? And you can see your reflection. And then once the show is done during Black Mirror and the screen is black, you see your reflection off the TV as well. And I'm very excited for the new season of Black Mirror to come. I feel like seasons 1 and 2 were the best though. Last season to me was just not it. I did enjoy it, but it wasn't so thought-provoking as the other ones, I feel. I do love the world building in all of the seasons though, but Severance just really makes you think about things and you struggle between morality on certain topics because, I mean, I don't think this is too much of a spoiler. The premise of the show is also what they're pushing in promos, but let's say you are a worker and you experience some sort of trauma in your life. There's one solution in the show where you get severed, so that's where the TV title comes from, right? So you're severed and you have a version of you that is called an innie because once they clock into work, they go down to the floor, their innie gets activated, and the you in the outside world is not the one doing work inside. So it explores this sort of escapism that humans tend to engage in when they go through very difficult moments in life. But on top of that, it explores whether or not the innie personality is also its own soul, you know, with the proper right to love and to live a full life. And what happens when you decide to quit your work and your innie just disappears? Are you actually killing someone? So there's a lot of autonomy as well when you're exploring that idea for innie versus outie. Who is the real you? Does a person on the outside have the absolute final say on every decision that the innie does? And is that fair? So yeah, it's just a lot. And there's just so much more that they can play with that idea for other aspects of life in the show as well. So I'm really looking forward to season 3 and how certain things are going to play out. But yeah, it's just so good. And what makes it more fun is going on YouTube later and looking at maybe Easter eggs that you missed throughout the show or things that didn't make sense to you and seeing what other people's speculations and theories are when it comes to certain stuff that are left unanswered. But the producers said that for every mystery in the show, we will definitely see an answer to them. So even if we didn't see that answer get answered in season 2, we're probably going to see that in season 3. And there's still definitely a lot of mysteries. And we are now at Ultra 5, which is making good progress for Tuesday. So by the end of today, we are probably going to be Master 1, which is really good. Let's take a look at my ingredients. How are things looking? And things are looking okay. I always struggle the most with leeks and the green grass soybean. My golem, it's not the best, but it's the only mono bean Pokemon that I have that's that can do the job. But I'm going to have to look for a better one. So I actually have options. I know the event is still going on, but I have options on where I can and want to go after the week ends. I can either continue hunting for Pokemon that will either bring me further when it comes to ingredients or berry farming overnight. I think if I were to go to the berry farming route, I would have to think about what islands I see myself going to in the future, because then it'll make sense for me to hunt that Pokemon and use it overnight at that island. And I'm not really sure where I want to be. I've been at Old Gold Power Plant and Lapis Lakeside for quite some time before this event. The tundra is the place that I go to the least, but if we get this Darkrai, naturally I would want to try to use it, right? And Darkrai is a dark type berry, so I might find myself in the tundra. But that wouldn't be too much of a bad idea because I don't have any Sneasels. I don't have a good feel. Ideally I would want to catch a good Delibird for egg farming because right now I rely on my Ampharos, which is not ideal. But I don't have a good tundra team. I have a good Orion. Oh, sorry, I named him Orion, but it's a Umbreon. I have a good Umbreon that has berry farming, but that's pretty much it. And then Persim berry is the other favorite berry. I don't know. So many options, right? But we are still on the event. This is really exciting because as the days pass by, we are closer and closer to getting to event rank 13. So I can't wait to see when we finally get our hands on Darkrai, what is that going to look like, and all the untapped potential that we have in terms of team building with it, and also moving forward, just what sort of stats we want on our Pokemon now. So yeah, tomorrow we are going to catch another Cresselia. Cresselia with our Master Biscuit. I only have one Master Biscuit left, so I really hope that this catch makes it count. And if things go well, we will probably be on track to catch a 6th Cresselia by the end of this week, either via Cresselia Biscuit or because of the Good Sleep Day event happening, I could take advantage of those sleep points and purchase another Master Biscuit. But what a dream it would be to catch a shiny Cresselia that is usable. That would be like the perfect way for me to end the event. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you guys are making good and steady progress. If you haven't yet, check out my other videos. I also have playlists, so if you guys just need something to run in the background while you're doing your daily stuff, definitely take a look at those as well. If you want to learn a bit more about Darkrai, I did make a video yesterday on why Darkrai is the most powerful Pokemon to come to Pokemon Sleep, so check that out if you're curious. But if you don't want any spoilers, then I understand as well. There's other videos for you guys to check out. And that about does it for today's video. So until then, you guys, take care, good luck, and have fun. Bye.